Deion Sanders calls for Kaidon Salter to run with the ball more. Colorado's new era after Shedeur Sanders hinges on dual-threat QB Kaidon Salter and Coach Prime's tough demands. A rocky start to year 3. The Deion Sanders era at Colorado entered its 3rd season with the kind of drama that has come to define Coach Prime's tenure in Boulder. Folsom Field was buzzing on Friday night, filled with anticipation as the Buffaloes took the field against Georgia Tech in the season opener. But instead of jubilation, the night ended with frustration. Colorado fell 27-20, marking Sanders' first-ever opening game loss since taking over the program. The defeat was a gut punch not just because of the final score, but because of how it unfolded. The Buffaloes fought hard, clawing back late, only to watch Georgia Tech quarterback Haynes King seal the game with a back-breaking 45-yard touchdown run in the final minutes. Colorado's offense showed flashes, and its defense forced 3 early turnovers, but lapses at critical moments proved costly. And at the center of it all was quarterback Kaidon Salter, the transfer from Liberty tasked with replacing Shedeur Sanders. Salter's debut, promise with caveats. For much of the night, Salter flashed the athleticism and leadership that made him a coveted addition in the transfer portal. He orchestrated a 15-play, 75-yard drive in the 4th quarter, capped by a gritty 7-yard rushing touchdown that tied the game at 20-20 with 8:25 left. Salter finished with 43 rushing yards and 1 touchdown on 13 carries, but Coach Prime made it clear in his post-game comments. It wasn't enough. Kaidon played well, Sanders told reporters. A couple of times I think he should have ran. He threw, but I don't need him to prove to us that he can throw the ball. We know he can throw the ball. We wanted him because he's a dual threat and we want him to be a dual threat. But I don't think we lost the game because of Kaidon Salter by any means. He put us in a situation to win. In those words, Sanders both praised and challenged his quarterback. Colorado didn't bring in Salter to play conservatively. They brought him in to be dynamic, to be fearless, to make defenses pay with both his arm and his legs. The Liberty legacy. Salter's resume speaks for itself. In 4 seasons at Liberty, he became one of the most dangerous dual-threat quarterbacks in the country. He racked up over 2,000 rushing yards and 21 rushing touchdowns, numbers that placed him among the elite runners at his position. His breakout 2023 season featured over 1,000 rushing yards on the ground, rare air for a quarterback. But beyond the stats, Salter played with a swagger that Colorado desperately needs. At Liberty, he wasn't just managing games, he was dictating them, creating headaches for defensive coordinators who had to account for his legs on every snap. That is the version of Kaidon Salter that Deion Sanders wants unleashed in Boulder. Adjusting to the big stage. Still, Salter admitted that Friday night was an adjustment. The lights of Folsom Field, the step up to Power 4 competition, and the weight of expectations made for a challenging debut. There's always room to improve, Salter reflected after the loss. Really my first P4 big-time game out here in Folsom Field. But I feel like I went out there and I tried to do the best that I could do. I went out there and I executed the plays that coach wanted me to execute. But still, it's room for improvement out there with the way the offense connect and run things on game day. We just got to go out there and we got to be better and practice how we play. The humility in his words echoed the reality. Salter has the talent, but he's still finding his footing in a new system, a new conference, and under the microscope of a coach who demands perfection. The shadow of Shedeur Sanders. Fair or not, every move Salter makes will be compared to his predecessor, Shedeur Sanders, who left Colorado as a star and the winner of last year's Johnny Unitas Award. Shedeur wasn't just Deion's son. He was the face of the program's resurgence. His departure created a vacuum, and Salter was brought in to fill it. But filling it doesn't mean mimicking it. Shedeur was a polished passer, a pocket maestro who relied on timing and accuracy. Salter's gift lies in improvisation and explosion. For Colorado to thrive in this new era, it must lean into Salter's unique skill set, not force him into Shedeur's mold. And that's exactly what Deion Sanders is signaling. He wants Salter to run. Julian Lewis, the wild card. While Salter is the starter, Sanders added intrigue by revealing that freshman quarterback Julian will also see snaps against Delaware in Week 2. Lewis, one of the most hyped recruits in the nation, represents both the future and the immediate pressure on Salter. Every drive Lewis takes will be dissected, every pass compared to Salter's. For Salter, the presence of such a high-profile backup is both a challenge and a motivator. Colorado fans know what this means. The quarterback battle might not be fully settled. Salter has to deliver, and quickly. Coach Prime's health and resolve. While the focus was on Salter, another storyline lingered in Boulder. Deion Sanders himself. Just 2 months earlier, Sanders underwent surgery to remove a cancerous bladder tumor. Though doctors have declared him cured, the ordeal left him with lasting complications, including bladder control issues. On Friday, Sanders debuted a portable sideline toilet provided by Depend, the adult undergarment company he now partners with. The sight of Prime managing his health while coaching a nail-biter underscored just how much he is sacrificing for this program. "Felt good. I don't feel good right now, but I felt darn good during the game," Sanders said post-game. "We were playing a heck of a game and we could have played a little better, but I felt darn good. The staff was doing a great job. I mean, your 2 or 3 big plays, a first down deep ball, were right there." Even in defeat, Sanders was resolute. His presence on the sideline, battling through physical limitations, sent a message. No excuses, no shortcuts, no surrender. Defensive breakdown. Colorado's defense told a tale of 2 halves. In the first quarter, they forced 3 turnovers, sparking hope that the unit had turned a corner. But as the game wore on, cracks emerged. 463 total yards allowed. 320 rushing yards given up. 45-yard game-winning touchdowns surrendered late. The inability to stop the run was glaring. Georgia Tech imposed its will physically, pounding the Buffaloes at the line of scrimmage. Sanders acknowledged the problem directly. "They ran the heck out of the ball. They did that, but we had opportunities. We could have won that game. It's not like we got our butts kicked, but we had opportunities, and we didn't take advantage of them." For a coach who prides himself on discipline and accountability, those missed opportunities cut deep. Optimism in the midst of adversity. Despite the loss, Sanders remained steadfast in his belief that Colorado is close. "I'm optimistic on everything. We're definitely going to be fine. I'm not concerned about that," he said. "We could have won that game. It's not like we got our butts kicked, like we could have won that game. If we take advantage of those opportunities, I have a whole different mood up here right now. So we got to get that fixed, and we will get that fixed." For Sanders, the formula is simple. Clean up the mistakes, lean into Salter's dual threat ability, and play with sharper discipline. Looking ahead, Delaware and beyond. Colorado's Week 2 matchup against Delaware may not carry the prestige of a Georgia Tech opener, but it presents a crucial opportunity for the Buffaloes to reset. Delaware, newly elevated to the FBS ranks, is eager to make a statement. But for Colorado, this game is about execution, identity, and confidence. Salter must show he can be the quarterback Sanders envisions, a fearless runner who forces defenses to account for every blade of grass. The defense must show it can stop the run, and the team as a whole must show it can finish games. Final thoughts. Prime Time's challenge. The third year of the Coach Prime era was never going to be easy. Expectations are sky high, critics are waiting to pounce, and the shadow of Shedeur Sanders looms large. But the path forward is clear. Trust Kydon Salter's legs, clean up the defensive lapses, and embrace the grind. For Salter, this is more than just a season. It's a chance to redefine himself on the Power 4 stage, to prove that his Liberty brilliance can shine in Boulder. For Sanders, it's a chance to show that even as he battles personal health struggles, his vision and leadership can still transform a program. The Georgia Tech loss was a stumble, but as Sanders reminded, it was also a missed opportunity, not a death sentence. With Salter's legs and Prime's will, Colorado still has the tools to turn year 3 into a season worth remembering.